Hello and welcome to Beach Street. Music is also about the journeys we take. And for today's episode, I charted the journey of Nash Naubert, an American who lives and works here in Mumbai and plays Indian classical music on his flute. I am Suhail Banerjee and you're watching me on City First. Nash Naubert was born in Seattle, USA and first traveled to India when he was just 20. He was drawn at an early age to other cultures and eventually to their music.
It started off, I think, as a traveler. My mom was a pilot and also she was a flight attendant. So we used to fly all over the world when I was young. We flew to Indonesia and Australia, and we've been to all these places. So I think it was my interest in different cultures and things like that that got me interested in their music as well. I picked up the Australian didgeridoo and I started playing that as a teenager. But for me it wasn't enough. It's basically a rhythmical instrument, and I was always drawn to more things that had carried a melody. So I needed something that I could play that had notes. I kept looking, I found Indian classical music. Being a Westerner, a foreigner, it's always about the sitar or the tablas. I mean, those are the two things that everybody knows of. They know of Ravi Shankar. If you're a fan of the Beatles, then those things, they all kind of come through, and that's kind of hits the mainstream in the Western culture. So originally, I came and I was drawn to that. I always had an interest in visiting India and traveling and just seeing the culture and learning more about, especially the music. So that's how my passion grew. I just started learning more about it and understanding the science and the technique and all the things that are involved in this music. I saw my first flute performance in Gujarat, in a small town. It's actually it's a holy city for Krishna called Dwarka. And there was a flutist, I guess he was from Ahmedabad. I don't even remember his name or know his name, but he stayed there for a month and he gave these regular performances. And I just that performance just really stuck with me for a long time after that. It was just a beautiful middle of the night kind of concert, and it was very quiet, and there was a small gathering of people, maybe not more than 30 people, I'd say. And it was just a really beautiful experience, and that was one thing that was even before I've even heard of Hariprasad Charausia or Hariji or anything like that. And so the flute was just something that I just found was just a beautiful sound, the bamboo, and so I just kind of was looking, kept my ears and eyes open, because by that time I was very interested in Indian classical music and I wanted to learn more.
And that quest for music brought Nash to Mumbai in 2002. After learning from various gurus, Nash decided to join Vrindavan Gurukul, run by the legendary Pandit Hariprasad Charausia.
From Hariji, I learned for 6 years, solid. Every day he had class. Basically, it would go on for an hour and a half, sometimes 2. We practiced Alap, George Allah, and then every once in a while some tabla player would come and visit, and they would just play for us, and we would all practice. But for 6 years straight. He has his own Gurukul here in Mumbai, in Versova. Hariji is very dedicated to his students, and when he gives a class, he puts all his heart into it. So, I mean, we had amazing classes. If you can imagine, sitting in front of, I was just one row from him, and sitting in front of him every day and playing, and he would watch us, and we would play, and we would just go back and forth. It was almost like a conversation that we had between each other, and I mean, some of the classes were just amazing. It was like speaking with the Bansuri, speaking through music, because sometimes it just really felt like we were having actual conversations, just sitting there and talking with the flute. So
And it was in Mumbai that he met, fell in love with, and married Gazel, a singer, dancer, and choreographer. Gazel and Nash often perform at weddings, award functions, and corporate events. With Nash playing the flute and Gazel and her team dancing, their performances are surely a treat to watch.
I feel like having dance as a part of my show and my band it's like another instrument itself. It's the human body can be an instrument also. There's no sound involved, but the way that she moves, it accentuates the music, and just like my music accentuates her dance, it works like a reciprocal kind of factor.
When it's me and my dancers, I usually dance to his flute, and my dancers dance to the either the tabla or background music.
As the evening ended, Nash and Pandit Kalinath Mishra, who often accompanies him on stage, played Rag Jog in Jhaptal. For someone like me, Nash reinforces the belief that music transcends boundaries. Keep watching Beat Street with me, Suhail Banerjee, as I try and make more sense of the music around me. Only on City First.
Now her eyes just lit up.
Yeah.
Why are you so scared, huh? Yeah, she's got these big ears. They're too big for her head.
Yeah, she's got the wrong ears. You've got
Yes,
the
you
wrong
do.
pair of ears.
Yeah, she's got the wrong pair of ears.
Yeah.